Hey there, Sart here, back again. I got my rank 1 clear. If you saw my video yesterday that I posted, I said I was going to do this one first and get it out of the way, and surprisingly it was fairly simple. Didn't take too long. Just a couple of retries. I had some ideas of what team to bring in here and how to get it done, and yeah, I was able to get it done pretty smoothly. This boss, I think, is definitely easier than the last couple we've had, which, is kind of welcome. I don't mind having an easy one every now and then that's, you just kind of, you can come in and you don't have to sweat it too much. Tyranithor was a lot of fun last time. I really enjoyed that one. But man, I mean, that one took a while to get through. Like each run, you're doing like 15 to 20 turns just to get through a run. And I was still overseas at the time when that one came out. And so I didn't have a whole lot of time to really work on that one. So that's why I didn't get my rank 1 video out for that one, because I literally did my rank 1 clear like the day before it ended. And I just didn't have time to put together a video for that one. It was very, very messy anyways. Probably wouldn't have been useful to anybody. But this one I think should be pretty useful. So let's go ahead and get into it. We'll go ahead, we're at level 99, we'll go ahead and turn on all the modifiers, right, 300%. Now here's the team that I used. So we've got Runda, we've got, of course, Best Bunny Girl Esther, we've got Sylvie, because Esther doesn't go anywhere without Sylvie these days. They are a pair made in heaven for sure. We got Cressnik, still the king of morale fill. I love this guy. He'll always be on my teams, I think. Kaito, who will probably be a permanent fixture on future cow teams for me. I mean, he just does everything. He is the Swiss Army knife. And then Skye. I love Skye. I skipped both the Tifa and Sephiroth banners in anticipation for a good cow unit. This was, back when, it was the second cow ever, I think. And Skye was the banner unit for that one. And I'm so glad that I got her then. I've since pulled so many off banners. I think I have an EX2 and an EX1 Skye. And then I might even have another EX0 one just lying around. But yeah, so anyways, of course, bringing Skye to this one, because with her intrinsic ability, she basically caps out Beast Killer and Bug Killer if you give her Bahamut Esper. And she's just become really powerful. I also went ahead and leveled her up to level 130, as you can see. Totally unnecessary for this fight, though. As you'll see, we go way over the damage cap. So, when I go through the gear here, take it, don't take it as like, this is the gear you have to clear this and to get a rank 1, because we go way over the cap with these units, and so there is some flexibility, some room. If your gear's not quite as good, or you don't necessarily have Skye at EX3, for example, if you can still make up the EX levels elsewhere, like with Sylvie or Kaito or something like that, then an EX2 Skye is going to be more than enough to handle this one. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the units and the gear. So we've got Runda. He's basically just the provoke unit. He's going to provoke the death every turn. I gave him Poppy's paintbrush. That's just for sealing the boss, because you have to hit the boss with earth, at least with earth, I believe, and then wind or dark. Or maybe it's wind and then earth or dark. Yeah, anyways, as long as you hit it with 2 of the 3 elements that it's weak against, which are earth, dark, and wind, hit it with at least 2 of those elements every turn, so that you seal off its attack mag buffs and its defense spirit buffs. And so he'll be responsible for that. If you don't have Poppy's passionate paintbrush, you can also use Lion's Saber, but that's a limited item. But it's a sword that is innately earth and wind element, and I'll pull that one up for you. If you happen to have it, it's a really old piece of gear, but it is time limited. It's an event gear. But here's Lion's Saber, and as you can see, it is both wind and earth elemental. So you can put that on Runda as well. But Poppy's paintbrush is available. You can UOC Poppy and pick up her STMR that way. So that's Poppy's STMR there. All right, and then just, you know, other standard gear. He really doesn't need much of anything. You know, I gave him Winged Heart just for some. Honestly, that's totally unnecessary. Really, he just needs to make sure that he's got Runda Arm and Runda's Shield. That makes sure that he's capped out on passive provoke, because he is going to provoke the death every turn. After maintenance, Gumi may fix the bug where with the death every turn, if you drain it, you're supposed to be able to drain the boss's MP and then it won't do the death every turn. They may fix that after maintenance. As it is now, even if you drain its MP, it still does single target death, so you have to have a unit to provoke that death every turn, and Runda's going to do that. Runda also provides the mitigations with his LB every so often. All right, to Best Bunny Girl Esther. All right, pretty standard gear here, just, you know, all your highest attack gear. I gave her Magister's Helm for the chain cap up, so she gets the 6x chain cap. Lots of killers in here, and then her own vision card. If your Esther is only EX2, she should still be able to handle this trial just fine. Shouldn't be any problem handling it with an EX2 Esther, as long as you can make up the EX levels elsewhere if you're trying to go for a rank 1 clear. Her killers are at, let's see, 275 Beast and 200 Insects. So yeah, we're not even capped on killers for this one, and yeah, you'll see we do like over 3 billion damage on my cap turn. I'm going to do the cap at the very end as opposed to the midway point, so that my damage cap will come at the very end on turn 10, as you'll see. We are going to use Esther to do some tanking, so she does need to have a bit of bulk. So gave her the Sword of Light, which comes with some nice passives for tanks. Defense plus 50%, plus it also comes with, for tank units, it also gives, let's see, yeah, 500 defense and 100% true single wield, although Esther already hits the cap, I believe, anyways. But that extra 500 flat defense helps, and that's for any tank unit, which is really nice. Shield of Light, that's for some wind and earth resist. You want to give Esther's wind and earth because some of the physical attacks are wind element and earth element. Handcrafted garb, that's Maeve's TMR for some earth resist there. Blizzard Orb is just to have, that's just for her to counter, get some counter attacks in there. That helps build up a little morale because she does healing and MP refresh. Plus it damages the boss with its weak element, so that also helps with morale fill a little bit there. And then yeah, just some more elemental resists. Make sure she's got some stat resists there as well. So you see she's got 135 wind and 70% earth. You don't have to worry so much about the earth resist because Sylvie puts up 250% earth resist, which is very helpful, but only 80% wind. So that's why she has higher wind resist in this particular build. All right, so there you go. That's Esther for you. Sylvie is, yeah, she's going to, you want to make sure she has some way to counter, and so I gave her a Blizzard Orb as well. If you only have one Blizzard Orb, make sure it goes on Sylvie. It's much more important that Sylvie has it for this particular strategy. I also gave her Cypher's Coat, but it's totally unnecessary. She'll take enough hits, that you don't have to worry about it. It'll definitely, you'll get at least, all you need is one counter to make sure that Runda gets revived and the auto re-raise on him. I also gave her the Dancer's Diadem of Will. You want to make sure she's passive provoking, because once Runda goes down, you want her to take all the single target hits so that she revives Runda afterwards. Okay. And let's see, yeah, just some more, some elemental resists and some bulk there. You want to make sure that she has, she puts up an 80% light resist buff, and we're going to imbue the boss with light on turn 2. when it gains its accuracy buff. And so you want to make sure Sylvie does not reach 100% light resist. So you see I've got her at 15%, and that's on purpose. So that means she will be 95% resistant to light. So she'll still take some damage, which is okay. It's very minimal, and honestly, it's all going to be healing anyways on turn 2. But she has to take something, so she has to take the hits. If it's fully resisted, she will not counter, and she needs to counter on turn 2. Pretty much the exact same build in both forms. Nothing really changing there. If you don't have Paws of Prosperity, it's okay. Totally not necessary for this strategy. But if you don't have the Dancer's Celestite Diadem of Will, then just make sure she's passive provoking with other gear that you might have. All right. Cressnik is, so in normal form, the most important thing you want to make sure is that he's dual wielding, and that he has Aurora Scarf, or Yeti Combat Style, which is Umaro's TMR. That way his normal attack will hit 4 times. That's to fill up Skye's LB on turn 5 on the first burst. We need that to fill up Skye's LB, and you'll see that in the strategy. Otherwise, he doesn't really need anything. He's not going to take any damage. No one takes any damage really in this fight except for Runda and for Esther. And so you don't have to worry about building him for anything else. In his Brave Shift form, Conductor's Batons, this is all just for morale fill stuff. You know, if you have it, if you have it, use it, because it's definitely great. But if not, don't sweat it too much. All right, Kaito, in his normal form, most important thing is just to give him a wind elemental weapon, because we're going to be using primarily earth element in this fight. But you still need to seal him with wind, and there are turns where Runda, who normally would seal the boss, is going to be using his limit burst for the mitigations. And so we have Kaito with a wind weapon in normal form to help seal the boss. The rest of the build is irrelevant for his normal form. He's going to be doing all of his damage in his Brave Shift form, chaining with Esther. So here we go. This is his Brave Shift form, where he's going to be spending most of his time, unless he's sealing the boss. Scanning Goggles for Bug Killer, Infernal Battle Garb for Beast Killer, Magister's Signet of Will for the Chain Cat boost, and then yeah, just killers as much as you can. I'm using the new special vision card that was on the Chizuru Step Up banner. That helps out immensely with the 100% Beast Killer and the 50% limit burst damage boost. This also means he's going to innately cap his HP passives, which is pretty great. So you see he's got 42,000 HP. He has more HP than my Esther, who's a tank, which is crazy. It does come with this ability, but we'll be using his LB, since that'll actually be better. Although, to be honest, it might actually be better. Nah, forget it. I'm not going to get into that. So anyways, his killer's 250 Beast, 300% Insect, 300% LB damage there. Okay, so that's Kaito's build. Last but not least, we have Skye. Skye in her normal form just has a wind weapon. Again, she's going to be helping out with sealing with wind on turns where Runda is busy doing his LB for mitigations. Her normal form doesn't really need anything except for either her TMR or STMR to make sure that it refills her LB on turns where you're in her normal form. That includes turn 1, of course, which is very important. The rest of the build is irrelevant. Ignore Tyvus' Spirit. I had it in there because I thought I might need it. Turns out it's unnecessary, so I'm actually just going to remove it. All right, you don't need it. Not at all. If you find you are coming up short on damage and you have Tyvus' Spirit, then definitely include it, but for this clear, I'm not going to use it. Here she is in Brave Shift form, just as much damage as I can stick in there. I was very happy to see her going over 9,000 attack. I think this is the first unit I've ever had, actually, that's ever gone past 9,000. I thought Esther for sure would get there, but nope, Skye's the first unit I've ever had that's gone over 9,000 attack, so pretty happy about that. Yeah, pretty standard gear here for a full damage build. Make sure she's got her intrinsic ability, of course, because it comes with the 250% beast and insect killer. So if you give her Bahamut Esper, she caps immediately, and of course for all that fixed attack. Sorry, static attack. I gave her some light resist here in this, but it's totally unnecessary because she's not going to take any damage. This is more just to help cap her LB damage, because since she caps killers, the rest of the slot is just for making sure she has full LB damage, and then the Esper to just give her more attack. So there you go, 300% LB damage, 300% to killers, and she is ready to rock and roll. All right, so I think we're ready. Let's get in here and do the thing. All right. Now I think I've got this strategy pretty well worked out, but you know, RNG always dictates something's going to go wrong, especially when you're recording. So I will put together a turn chart for this. That'll come later. I'll put it in like a sticky comment or something attached to this video. So look out for that probably later on today. But I'm going to do this one. I'll do the clear first, and then I'll worry about the turn chart later. All right. So we've got Runda. He's going to do cover, even though he's not covering. It comes with a full stat boost, and that boosts morale. And then just 2 Runda lasers, that's to seal the boss. Kaito, man a few words, destabilizing, deep submersion. This is all just for morale fill. Cressnik, of course, goes ahead and starts off with arcane stimulant for morale. Sylvie is going to do her 2 elemental buffs here, and compassionate night. This will keep the attack mag breaks at bay, and also boosts status ailment resistance, which is a big morale booster on this fight. All right, Esther is now going to shift into Brave Shift. Notice I didn't start her in Brave Shift because I don't want her to proc her auto cover on turn 1. I want everybody to take the hits because we're going to evade them anyways. And so, yeah, that's really important. And then Esther, yeah, she's just going to do her normal attack, because that'll help refill her LB gauge. All right, so Skye is going to shift, do Sky Flurry for the resist, or sorry, the accuracy down. All right, and yeah, we'll just click these guys off. So we should get a fair chunk of morale built up on turn 1. Yeah, 125 is pretty good. All right, you see Kaito took the MP drain, but you know, Sylvie's going to counter and refill everyone's MP. Yeah, it's going to be all too easy here. This is also why you don't want Esther to be passive provoke in her Brave Shift form. All right, so yeah, everyone's nice and refilled there. Runda's back up, and he has re-raise on him now. However, you'll notice that doesn't actually, he's going to die next turn anyways, and you'll see, because we're going to imbue the boss with light on this turn. Runda will take the death, but then when he re-raises, he won't have the healing for the light damage, so he's just going to die, but that's okay. Sylvie will re-raise him once again. All right, and we are going to, we don't really need, yeah, we'll do Runda. We'll do Runda scan here. Okay, Esther's going to do triple shatter bolt. All right, and we're just morale filling here, guys. All right, she'll shift back. Actually, I don't need to use Runda's LB there. I think I'd rather do some morale fill here, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to do some morale fill. Alright, Cressnik will get ready for the Shining Siphon. Alright, Sylvie. Alright. We'll have her do 2 more of these. And Burgeoning Defense. This is just for morale fill. So this is all purely for morale fill. Actually, I think, let me double check. I think what I had was, yeah. Elemental Vines, Paladin's Resolve, and Burgeoning Defense. Okay. Yep, there we go. Alright, and I think we are good to go here. Alright, let me just double check. Yep. Okay. So there we go. Alright, so Runda's going to seal the boss on this turn. No problem. And let's just wail away on this guy. Alright, and then Cressnik will imbue. Yep, so there you go. Runda dies again, but that's okay. Alright, so you see that 95% light resist is making sure that Sylvie takes some healing damage, I should say. But yeah, it's got to register as something. If she just resists it, you won't get the auto revive there. Alright, so now Esther's going to start tanking. Okay. So we're going to do Storm Defender, double Shatterbolt. Okay. And Runda is going to do his LB. Sylvie's going to Brave Shift, and we're going to start her ramping Earth Imbue. This will get rid of the Light Imbue as well, which is very handy. And then, let's see, I believe what I do here, yeah, I think I'm just going to do some morale fill, because Esther's got plenty of LB. And then Cressnik, I'm going to have him use Arcane Remedy. That's just going to make sure we always have break resistance up, and it's also going to do some morale fill for the ailment immunity boost. You notice we all have poison. I'll get rid of that, which is nice. Alright, and then, alright, we still don't have Deadly Stream yet, but that's okay. We'll get it next turn. So he's just going to do some more morale fill. Oh, almost forgot. Okay, because yeah, I need Skye to put another stack, so, almost forgot. That would have been bad. Alright, we shift Cressnik back here to do his chaining and morale fill, because he's got the wind weapon equipped, so that will seal with wind. So, Paladin Sylvie's going to imbue with earth, so that'll take care of that. Okay, boom. So now we're going to hit with earth and wind thanks to Kaito. Alright, I think I've got everything here. Alright, so that should put us over 150 so that next turn Kaito can start doing his better breaks. Alright. Oh yeah, there's some gravity damage there, but yeah, we don't have to worry about that. It's not going to kill anybody. Alright, there you go. So Esther's still evading a lot of the attacks thanks to the accuracy down and the blindness. So that helps Esther survive. But even the hits she does take, you notice they do, practically no damage. That's mainly due to the light imbue that's still on the boss, and Esther has some light resist. Okay, so now the accuracy is going to wear off on the boss, so we can totally evade everything. So it's safe for Esther to now shift. All right, and there we go. She's going to get set up herself. Kaito's going to shift back. Alright, we're going to do both his Deadly Stream, Natural Flux, and then just destabilizing for some more morale. Now that Cressnik is back in normal form, he can start taking over, re-raising our good buddy Runda here. So he's going to do that every turn. He's got to make sure you always put re-raise on Runda every turn. Very, very important. Alright. And then otherwise, you can do, I think actually on this turn, I believe we have some, yeah. So our elemental resists are down, so let's just go ahead and remove those. All right, re-raise. Boom, and we'll do the immunity boost for the morale, because that's a huge morale booster on this one. Runda can, again, do cover for the morale thanks to the boost. Let's see, Sylvie is going to do beaten insect. I'm going to put it on Skye, just because Skye is built, she's going to be the stronger unit on this one. And so, yeah, putting beaten insect on there, and then just some morale fill. Okay. Oh, sorry. Nope. Double checked myself. I'm glad I caught that. All right, so beaten insect on Skye. And then I've got your back on Skye to fill up her LB gauge, because she needs to put another stack on, and then some morale fill. All right. Okay. Am I good to go? I think I am. Okay. So now she's got her LB. Okay. All right, Cressnik. Yep. Put re-raise on my little Runda dude. I love Runda. He's such a great unit. I love that he is, like, you know, top dog in this particular Clash of Wills. All right, and then we'll just chain it up. We'll do a little bit of damage here, you'll see, because the mitigation's worn off. But it, you know, we're gonna cross the threshold next turn, obviously. All right, and Runda's stealing the boss with the elements. All right, there we go. Yep, Esther's going to evade everything. Yep, shouldn't take any damage here. Okay. All right, now we're ready for our burst. I probably will not hit the damage cap on this one, just in you know, it's all based on RNG and how much morale I've been able to fill up. But just on some of my test runs before, I was usually averaging around 2.3 billion on this turn, but it's fine. The big burst is going to come at the very end, and so yeah, don't worry if you don't hit the cap on this one. All we want to do here is push the threshold. That's all we care about on this one. All right, so this is where that dual-wielding, double-attacking Cressnik comes in handy, because we need to refill Skye's LB, so just do normal attack. We don't have to worry about Runda dying on this turn, because the boss will not do the single-target death on the turn you cross the threshold. All right, and Skye's going to do her LB. I mean, sorry, Sylvie's going to... Yeah, well, Skye's doing her LB too. Sylvie does her LB just to boost all the LB damage for everyone. All right, and Runda. Runda can really do, you know, whatever you want him to do. I might actually do the wind resist. It's only 3 turns. I might need that later. So I think I'll just do the cover for morale boost, and then yeah, just hit him again. Hit him with the elements. Make sure he's getting all the elements there. So we need to seal him anyways. Okay, and yep, I think that's good. Just double checking myself. Yeah, should be good to go. This will push the threshold. Again, probably won't hit the cap, but no worries on that. All right, let's go. Yeah, way more than enough to do that. Yeah, 2.3, that almost 2.4. That's about what I was averaging. Yeah, they're usually like 2.2, 2.3, so pretty typical. All right, so now we need to get set back up. Now this is where RNG can be a little bit of a pain in the butt. All right, especially because it looks like the blind didn't... Oh, whew, there it was. I got a little worried there that the blind didn't take. All right, because the boss does have accuracy right now. All right, so we need to shift back. All right, let's do some elemental vines. All right, paladin's resolve, and actually, shoot, I forgot. Do we all still have earth? I don't think we have our earth, so I need to do the gravel egg to make sure we're imbued with earth. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so gravel egg here. Earth and wind, and paladin's resolve. All right. Actually, yeah, I might need to. All right. This is where RNG can sometimes, because depending on the limit burst crystal drops, it can be a bit of a pain in the ass. All right. We shouldn't have any imperils. Nope, we're not imperiled, so that's good. Okay. So Cressnik's definitely going to do this. All right. We're going to... All right. All for morale fill here. Okay. And the boss should still have accuracy down from last turn. All right, so we need to get Esther up to enough to get her Storm Defender, because I don't think does she still have her cover? Ah, she does still have her cover up. Okay, never mind. So we actually don't need that. It's still nice to have, but it is not necessary on this turn. I thought it was, but turns out it's not. Okay. So yeah, in that case, Sylvie just needs to do Wind and Earth. We'll do Paladin's Resolve for more morale fill. We don't need to worry about the physical damage because Runda's going to take care of that. Gravel Egg Basket to make sure everyone's Earth imbued. Skye is in her normal form for the wind to seal the boss, and we should be good to go there. All right, so Esther really just needs enough to do, to do some things on here. I think, did I do? No, I saved that for next turn. So I saved her Storm Guardian for next turn. So yeah, let's do some Shadow Bolts there. Again, just for morale fill. And then just the kicks, we'll do Defense and Spirit up. So that should give her, yeah, over 10,000 defense. She's going to be fine. She's going to be fine. I say that, now watch her die for some reason. That would be terrible. Okay. I think we're good to go. She's got plenty of Wind and Earth resist for those attacks. Boss is blinded. Why is this not letting me see the boss? Come on. Alright, I think I'm good. I'm not going to worry about it too much. Let's just chain it up. Yeah, you can see we're creeping up on 100% morale there. I mean 200% morale. Alright, yep, Esther tanking it like a champ. I love it when I get to use both of Esther's forms. Like, I just love getting to use her, like, her whole kit on both sides for fights like these. It just feels so satisfying to see her tank and be useful in so many different ways. Such a great unit. They really did me proud with Esther. Okay. All right. So now, yeah, we're pretty much just in survival mode here. Okay. The accuracy is going to wear off on this turn, but it will reapply accuracy on turn 8. So, I mean, we could theoretically. No, we couldn't. Never mind, because we haven't done Sylvie's ramping amps. I mean, we could theoretically try and do a burst turn next turn, but I'm going to do this the safe way, the way that I know works for sure. Yeah, you could theoretically shift Esther and prep for another burst, I think, and potentially go ahead and do the kill on turn 8, but we're going to do a turn 10 the way I originally intended it. Okay, so now we're going to make sure Esther reapplies her cover. We'll do Storm Guardian. Nope, we're not going to do Storm Guardian. Nope. Save that for next turn. That's right, because there's no accuracy here, so we don't have to worry about that at all. So we'll just do a couple Shatter Bolts for morale fill. Okay, and yeah, at this point, it's pretty much, the fight just takes care of itself here. Yeah, I think... Does she still have her cover, actually? Yeah, she still has her cover, so I think what I'm going to do here is go ahead and hit the 100 hit chain cap on this turn. I think that's what I had originally intended on. Alright, we'll do these. Alright, Cressnik's just going to do his usual re-raise. Medicinal Remedy and some heals. Not that we really need it. We still have our elemental buffs. So Sylvie will do her ramping amp next turn. So we're just going to do Wind and Earth again. We'll do Paladin's Resolve and why not just elemental petals for more? Yeah, just all for morale here at this point. Okay, and that should work. Alright, should still have her cover up next turn, no problem. So everyone should be good. Even if for some reason her cover disappears, everyone's going to evade everything anyways. So there's no worries about that because the boss has accuracy down. If it'll let me look at the boss, why is it not? Wow, this is annoying. Okay, I'm pretty sure the accuracy's still down. I'm not too worried about it. But man, I really want to look at it. Why is... yeah, there it is. Perfect. All right. Okay, so we are set up to do our 100 hit chain count on this one, I believe. And that's all we're going to do here. Okay. Yeah. There we go. All right, got the chain count score now. Yeah, because we're not going to hit 100 chains on our burst turn, so that's why it's good to get that out of the way now. All right, Esther will evade everything because there's no accuracy. Dun. Okay. All right, so we need to make sure Esther has plenty of mitigation. And so we'll start with Electromagnetic Shield. All right. Even though it's an Omni cover with terrible cover mitigation, it puts up 75% physical damage mitigation. So we do that first to make sure that's the first one, and then Storm Defender. All right, for the cover, and then Storm Guardian for the higher general mitigation. And then Runda, yeah, he will do, tell you what, we'll do physical cover, Runda laser, and here we'll do this is for the higher wind boost. Yeah, Esther's, that's right, we'll get rid of those imperils, thanks to Cressnik. All right, re-raise, let's do boost for morale gain, and let's remove the imperils. Go. Sylvie is going to shift. We'll start the ramp, the earth ramp here. Okay, earth ramp. And then yeah, I don't know. She can just do morale fill after that. I guess if we wanted to, we could do Paladin's Defense, but I'm not going to worry about it that much. I'll just do morale fill here. Skye can shift, do her LB again, just to make sure the accuracy is up for the remainder of the fight, and then we don't have to worry about it ever again. Runda's going to seal. Runda's going to seal the boss. Let me just make sure I've done it correctly. Alright, so there he goes. Yep, he sealed the boss. So Kaito. Yeah, again, just making sure brakes are applied. Oh, actually, for this one, I do the crashing wave. That's right. That's just for a slightly higher attack break. And then, yeah, then his other skills. And I'm going to save the defense spirit buff for next turn, actually. Alright, because Esther is going to shift into normal form next turn, so I'll save that defense and spirit buff for that one. Alright, we should be good here. From Guardian, okay. Alright, yep, and Kaito will do his crashing wave. And Skye can just LB. Alright, cool deal. Alright. Yeah, this fight's not too difficult. Yeah, see, she's resisting all of those elemental attacks. Very useful having the elemental resist there. Yeah, you can see she takes practically no damage in her shift form. However, she's going to be in normal form next turn, and she's still going to have to tank those hits. Luckily, she's still pretty damn bulky, even in normal form, and she is going to handle it thanks to Runda's mitigations. They are now up and ready to go. That's why an EX3 Runda is very important for this particular strategy, to make sure that it is up on this turn. If you don't have your EX3 Runda yet, you really, all the shards are available in the story content now, so make sure you've done all the story content to get enough shards to get your Runda to EX3. It is absolutely critical for this particular strategy. Alright, Esther's going to shift and prep her LB. Alright, Kaito. If you wanted to, if you had Tyvus' Spirit, you could theoretically shift Kaito here and do Tyvus' Spirit, but it would be better use. It would get better use on Skye. If you had it and you wanted to use it, it would be better on Skye. If you have two of them, put one on Kaito as well. Because yeah, I mean, every little bit helps, right? Kaito again, he's just gonna do yeah, it doesn't really matter what he does here. He can do anything you want him to. Okay, Cressnik is on autopilot here. Re-raise. Make sure we get rid of any imperils, and immunity boost, because yeah, we don't need any of that stuff. All right. So here you could do Paladin's Defense. That just puts up some Mirage stacks. You know, potentially just helpful for Esther. Takes slightly less damage. And then we're going to do Beaten Insect on Skye, and then just some morale fill. Skye is going to shift back to normal. You can just have her do whatever. So yeah, she has to at least hit the boss to seal the boss here with wind. Alright, so make sure she's in a normal form so she can do that. Alright, and I think that's all we need. You notice we're not using any beast killer buffs at all, and we're still going to hit the cap. It's crazy. You don't even need one of the killers for this one. It's pretty great. Okay, so let's make sure we've done everything right. All right, excellent. Oh, before I forget, I want to do the defense and spirit buff. There we go. All right, so Esther's still going to have pretty good defense. You know, I think, you know, she started at like 2,000 or something. So yeah, I mean, that should be good. We'll find out, right? That would be great if I died on turn 9 and this whole recording was just totally wasted. Let's hope that's not the case. Okay. Paladin's defense, beat an insect. Paladin strike. All right, Runda is gonna fill, or is gonna use his LB. And yeah, we can just chain it up. All right. Probably won't do any appreciable damage here. Yeah, you really don't want to do a whole lot of damage in case there's like, I don't know, threshold or something. Ah, we didn't even hit 200% morale? What the hell? Ah, well, I'm not going to worry about it. Alright, so yeah, you see Esther still tanking it like a champ. Again, most of the hits miss thanks to the blindness and the accuracy down. If you did, I meant to mention, if you did have Tyvus' Spirit and you wanted to use it on Skye last turn, you would just remember to shift Kaito into normal form so that he would hit the boss with Wind Element on that turn. You got to make sure you do that. All right, so we're pretty much ready to finish this one off. Should be an easy peasy damage cap. I was averaging like 3.2 billion, so I mean, everyone would have to roll super low, I think, to not hit the damage cap on this one. Sylvie uses her Brave Shift LB. Alright, so there we go. Yeah, Cressnik and Runda can really just sit and watch. They don't need to do anything on this turn. Because yeah, everyone else is gonna pretty much take it from here. And I think we're good to go. I don't think we need to worry about anything else. Let's just go ahead and chain it up and finish this fight. Alright, let's see what the final score is. Oh wow, that was a low one. Oh my gosh, my last run I literally did I think every test run I did was over 3 billion. So yeah, that was a low roll. Wow. Okay. That's funny. Yeah, still hit the cap though. I mean, did a low roll, still hit the cap. Easy peasy. There you go. Perfect clear. Yeah, you see Skye really carries that fight. She owns this one. She is just amazing for this round. Esther, of course, is dealing huge damage there. Kaito kind of bringing up the rear, just to push us over the cap there. But yeah, Skye owns this fight, owns this boss. All right. Let's see what rewards I got. Anything good? Ah, rare ticket. Oh, man. I think I prefer the Lapis. As you notice, my Lapis took a hit thanks to the Chizuru step-up banner, so I think I'm in Lapis Horde mode now, so I'm going to stick with the Lapis on this one. But yeah, so that's how we did it. Rank 1 clear, easy peasy. Like I said, I'll put out a turn chart later on today, and so be on the lookout for that. I'll attach it in the comments below as a sticky comment for you guys. All right, so thank you so much for watching. Thanks to all my subscribers, you guys are awesome. To all my forumers, again, so sad that the forum is gone, but several of you have trickled in to the Discord, and so I'll put a link to the Discord again in the details below and in the sticky comment below for those forumers that are trying to reconnect with our little forum family. Come find us on the Discord. All right, love you guys, and I will see you on the other side.